Hey everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Today we're going to be drawing Sasuke with his curse mark sort of activated, sort of level 1 curse mark, not the like big purple thing. But he's sort of leaning on a sword, sort of a cool pose, kind of with hands over one another, so I thought it'd be worth giving this a go. So I'm on landscape paper. You should use a pencil and eraser for these first. You can always do your ink afterwards. And hit pause if I go too fast when I move my hand and stuff like that. So, we'll start with his eyes. Center point of my page is about where? Here? Yeah. So the eyes are just pretty much along this sort of center line, right? So we will go center point across. We'll come over to the right and we'll start with the right eye. Curve it up and over. Like so. And then we'll sort of hook it down the back here, and then we'll just bring it over the bottom. That's like kind of the general shape for his eyes, and the top eyelid is usually thicker, right? So we'll thicken it up a little bit, just add a little bit extra blackness or pencil to it. You know, you want it to just stand out a little bit more than the bottom one, that's all. Okay, so his eye. So we do kind of a big circle, big red circle just down here, right? And it goes sort of in behind his eyelids. So we're doing these curved lines on the edge here, right? So the top of that circle is cut off there, and the bottom is cut off a little bit down there. And then his pupil in the middle, just there. And then we got some Sharingan. I think there's 3 dots in this one. Yeah, we'll just add 3. So we'll go 1 there. We'll put 1 here. And 1 down here. And then you just add a spike sort of off them, right? So like a little sort of comma comes off the tail there, off that one, and off this one. And then sometimes they can have sort of lines going around in a circle, just coming around the edge. Kind of like that. Alright, so then we'll go over and do the other eye. So in Naruto, the eyes are in proportions. What that means is the width of his eye will fit in between his 2 eyes, right? So the next eye will start about here. So this eye width will just about fit in there. Okay, so you can fit an eye in between his 2 eyes. And then you go over the top again, curve it over, and then spike it down the back like that, and then we'll just go down again here and bring it over. And again, we want to sort of thicken up the top. Like so. And then curved lines again, just here for his iris and pupil. Like so. And then pupil in the middle. Just there. And then we'll add some of those Sharingan details. So 1 there. Another one, we'll put them in the same place. There. Then another one, like a kind of triangle, looks like. There. Yeah. You start with those dots, and then we add tails to them. Like so. And then we can have sort of detail lines in between. like so. So we'll just try and keep his pupils even in size, because it'll make him look like he's super tired or something. Right, so eyebrows. So above that, you just go across. Now some of this will go underneath hair, so you won't see the whole eyebrow, right? And then in here, let's go back, and it gets skinny at the back, right? So thicker at the front. That's the main thing to remember. And then the other one, pretty much the same thing. So we just take it back that way, and then we just want to thicken up the front, right? We'll try and even them up a little bit, like so. Right, so then his nose, so we got a line coming down just for his nose here. Just there. And then his nostrils. So we got a nostril here and a nostril here. So that's all you really got to draw for his nose. Nothing really more than that. And then his mouth. So you could do, you could do just sort of a flat line if you wanted, or you could do it more curved. So we'll go for a bit of a curved line, see what happens. So it curves down the middle, back up, and then back down to there. And then a line for his bottom lip, just down there. And then his chin. Like so. So in terms of proportions, that's kind of the proportion you're dealing with. The nose is about halfway between the middle of his eyes and his chin. So here to here, about the same as here to here. And then nose to bottom lip, about the same as bottom lip to chin. And then we can do his jaw. So we'll travel up this side, like so. And then we'll go up here. So it's a relatively curved jaw, you know, not sharp angles or anything like a Dragon Ball character or anything. Like so. And then he has that Uchiha hair that comes down for his fringe, right? So we'll do that. So like he's got this V sort of up here, top of his forehead. The forehead, so like eyebrows to forehead is about the same as eyebrows to nose, right? The top of his forehead, see there, here to here, about the same as there to there. Usually that's the proportion anyway. And then we have like fringe lines coming down. So touching his eyebrow just there. And then I'll go back up. Like that. Then we have a bit of hairline in under here. And then this one comes down as well, down to there. Back up. Maybe some texture lines just for hair there. Right, so then we have more comes down the side of his face. So we'll go curve it out like that. Bring it back up. Go on this side. Bring it back up. And then two more. So this one goes behind his hand. So it doesn't go like the whole way. So we'll just go down to like here. Now maybe we'll bring it to a point and erase it later. So it just goes like that. So that goes behind, I think, some of his hand, but we'll just keep it easy for ourselves. And then another one on this side. This one seems to be longer. That's okay. This comes up here. You can keep this even if you wanted. And then next hair spike goes up. So these then come up around to his head, right? So this comes up to here, and this one will come up to here. And just in the middle, so we have sort of a shadowy sort of area, just to show sort of the middle of his fringe, the way it sort of spikes out. Like so. And then, so some hair spikes at the back. So a hair spike here. And then I think 3 back on this side. All right, yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3. And then 4, 5, no, it's actually 6 goes back towards the back of his head. So we go up. Down into there, like so. Right, so we will finish. We'll do. I'd say will we add the curse mark first, or no? Because it's on his neck as well. So we'll do his hands, right? We'll do his hands that are here in the front, and then we'll attach it up to his shoulders, right? So he's all hunched over, so the shoulders are up like real high. We'll just like start them. Shoulders are like up here, right? So his hands are just underneath his chin. So we'll just start with his wrist. It goes up this way. And then we'll bring it down like so. So this is going to come straight across this piece of hair, right? And I'll just erase that when I'm finished drawing the hand. So he's got a curved line there at the front for the hand guard. Then that goes back to there. Right, so then we have fingers that come out here, and that's like sort of on top of his other wrist. So a bit tricky this now. So let's see. Okay, so his sleeve kind of comes down here, right? And then his other wrist, we'll just get these in the right place before we add fingers. So this one comes down to there. And this is the other wrist hand guard sort of thing. Yeah, that sort of has a full line or something there. Maybe this comes across like so. Okay, so then his sleeve comes down there, and then that wrist will go in towards his fingers. And then the other side of his sleeve comes down. So this is like a real long sort of sleeve hanging down. And then his other wrist, bottom of his wrist here comes out. Back of his hand, wrist, then that there. Right, so then we have fingers here and then fingers here. So let's go. Right, so we'll just start at this side. So we'll go out for a knuckle and go down like so. So your bump, a little bump there is a knuckle, right? And then you change direction going down here. And then that goes in a little bit there, and then we meet the next finger here, right? So we have another knuckle, comes down this direction, same sort of shape, and then this finger will go in to there. Then our next finger comes down from here. Then we come around the knuckle, comes down around. You can see a little bit of his fingernail on top there. Then the next finger again, curves out, comes down, and then it'll go in behind this sleeve here. And then so like this is like a sleeve line, it comes out this way, and then we can see maybe some of his, that little finger sort of there. Like so. And this goes up to there, it goes to there, and a fingernail there. Alright, I think we can see, we should be able to see like some dark shadow just in between his fingers here. Just here, and then something maybe like that. Alright, so tricky enough hand position, so sort of take your time with that. And his thumb, sorry, I forgot his thumb. Just here, we can just see it sticking out. Like that. Okay, so this hand is actually resting on the sword, right? So, sort of the fingers, the sword comes down here. So I'll just draw one side of it, just so we get an idea. So it's there. And then the other fingers, again, come out, knuckles, down, there, change direction, and then we sort of bring it in, around to there. And then this comes out, back around like so, into here, back around like so. And the next one, there, to there, and this one comes out to there, and then the next finger comes out, another knuckle, down like so, come around this knuckle, and then we curve around for his little finger here, another one, change direction up to there, and just join it into here. And then his thumb sticks out a little bit here, kind of like that one. Can't see any shadows in between the finger and this one, but we can see fingernails. So fingernail there, there, maybe a little bit there. Right, so then the other side of the handle of his sword just comes down behind his little finger. And then we have another line here. You could use a ruler for this if you wanted to keep it like dead straight. Like so. Right, so we'll join these hands now up around to his shoulders. So he's got that Hebi costume on. That's sort of when he was snaky Sasuke, when he was with Orochimaru. So long sleeves, and then this comes back that way, and then his elbows here, right? So that'll go down like so, and then his body, and then this will kind of bump around up to his shoulders, right? So we're bumping because clothing is never sort of straight, right? It's always got like these bumping sort of shapes, like so. And then these fold lines just show the direction that the fabric is being pulled, like that. And this is actually his collar, just there. And then we have a collarbone, just there, collarbone on the other side, there, and you know, another fold line here, and we'll go his shoulder around this way then. So the collar here. And we'll add the curse mark now in a minute. That's an Irish phrase, now. I'll do it now in a minute. It's contradictory, it doesn't make any sense. I'll do it now in a few minutes. Don't mind me. Just thinking out loud now. So these bumps come around all the way down to here. And his body there. And then these sort of fold lines for his collar and his sleeve and stuff. Much like the other side. Just sort of coming along. Maybe like a fold line there, and a fold line here. Right, so then curse mark, right? So you've got like, we can see it on his shoulder here, right? So we got this circle. We can't see all of it, we can just see a little bit of it. Like there. And then we have, much like his Sharingan, comma, there, and a third one just under here, right? So it's kind of bumpy sort of lines, right? And then we have curse mark that sort of flows out from this area, okay? So like these spiking sort of black shapes, and they're sort of random, you know, they're not there's no real pattern that I can see anyway. It's just sort of shapes like this, right? And they sort of go in underneath his neck as well. And then it starts to come in onto his face, right? So we got like some on his mouth here. And these can be kind of random. You don't have to sort of copy exactly what I'm doing. And like some more sort of in under here. So I'm sorry I'm not talking now, but I'm just, there's no real instruction. You just sort of draw a shape and color it in. There's one that comes across his nose here. A bigger one. And some on his forehead. And we just color them in. And let me see, am I missing anything? So that's his sword, that's his sleeve. Let me see some sleeve, maybe just there. Go back in underneath. Okay, I think that's it. That's how to draw Sasuke, Hebi Sasuke, with his curse mark. Hope it was helpful. I'll just erase these actually, but hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.